Wandering Oaken's trading post. Ooh, and Sauna.
Big summer blowout. Half-off swimming suits, clogs, and a sun balm of my own invention. Yeah?
This lesson has it all. Anna and Kristoff's first encounter. Spoiler alert, they get married at the end. A traditional Finnish sauna, and of course, tons of useful shopping vocabulary. You just heard the expressions a big summer blowout and half off, which are great to learn before the sale season. A blowout means a huge sale at much lower prices, and when the goods are sold at half off, it means the discount is 50%. You pay half the price. By the way, are you noticing these advanced English expressions highlighted in blue? You can practice them on our app to feel more confident using them in your own English conversations. I leave the link in the description below, and you can click on that right now because yes, you can also watch this lesson from there.
Big summer blowout. Half-off swimming suits, clogs, and a sun balm of my own invention. Yeah?
Oh, great. For now, how about boots? Winter boots and dresses?
That would be in our winter department.
Oh. I was just wondering, has another young woman, the queen perhaps, I don't know, passed through here?
Only one crazy enough to be out in this storm is you, dear. You and this fellow. Woohoo! Big summer blowout.
Carrots.
Huh?
Behind you.
Oh, right. Excuse me.
Oh, a real howler in July, yes? Wherever could it be coming from?
The North Mountain.
North Mountain.
That'll be 40.
40? No, 10.
Oh dear, that's no good. See, this is from our winter stock, where supply and demand have a big problem.
You want to talk about a supply and demand problem? I sell ice for a living.
Ooh, that's a rough business to be in right now. I mean, that is really... that's unfortunate.
Still 40, but I will throw in a visit to Oaken Sauna. Woohoo! Hi, family!
Woohoo!
10's all I got. Help me out.
Okay, 10 will get you this and no more.
This scene takes place at Wandering Oaken's trading post. First of all, Oaken is the name of the shopkeeper, the owner. Now, you might be wondering what wandering means. Let's take a look at the spelling. To wonder with an O means to think or be curious about something. You'll see Anna use this word later when asking about her sister Elsa. To wander with an A means to travel or move around without staying in one place. So why is wandering in the shop's name? It could refer to Oaken himself. Maybe he travels a lot and doesn't stay in one place for long, but more likely, it just means his shop sells different things that travelers might need. And a trading post is just an old-fashioned way of saying store or shop. In old times, people didn't use money as much. They traded or exchanged goods instead.
Big summer blowout. Half-off swimming suits, clogs, and a sun balm of my own invention. Yeah?
As we defined earlier, a blowout is a period of huge sales with big discounts. Oaken is offering Anna swimming suits, clogs, and sun balm for half price. Doesn't seem like Anna really needs them. Anyway, clogs are these types of shoes, usually made of wood or with a thick sole. And sun balm sounds like a type of lotion or sunscreen, like the ones you'd use if you go to the beach to protect your skin from the sun. Oaken says it's of his own invention, which means he made it himself.
For now, how about boots? Winter boots and dresses?
That would be in our winter department.
Even though the shop is small, Oaken speaks as if it's a big store with different departments, like a winter department. Kind of funny, because it's really just a tiny trading post.
I was just wondering, has another young woman, the queen perhaps, I don't know, passed through here?
I was just wondering is a polite way to start a question. At this moment in the movie, Anna is trying to find her sister Elsa. She's nervous and unsure, but really wants to get any information she can.
Only one crazy enough to be out in this storm is you, dear. You and this fellow.
A fellow is the same as man or guy. A slang version of fellow, mostly used in the US, is fella.
I despise that chicken.
Fellas, okay, I got some good news and I got some bad news.
I was just wondering is a great expression to start a question in your own English conversations. The most important thing is to remember it when you need it. I mean, this is quite a common situation for many English learners. You get into a conversation, and right when you need to use a certain expression you've learned before, it doesn't come to you. Your brain simply goes blank. Then you pause, you try to remember, but the flow of your sentence has already been ruined because you got stuck. I know that feels really frustrating, to not be able to express yourself the way you'd like. And I know, I've been there myself. That's exactly why we created the Real Life English app, to help you become a confident, natural English speaker by practicing with these lessons the way they were meant to be. On the app, every lesson like this one, with movies, TV series, and podcasts, it comes with a full transcript and a deck of flashcards of the most advanced expressions. And by practicing just 10 minutes a day, you'll be able to remember these words forever. This happens because of the spaced repetition technology we developed, which lets you review words just when you're about to forget them. Can you imagine being able to use all this vocabulary in your next real-life conversation in English? This is what you can get with the Real Life English app. And you can unlock this lesson you're watching right now for free, which comes with all the resources I mentioned, by clicking the link in the description below. You can also look for Real Life English in the App Store or Google Play, but the link below will take you straight to the lesson, which is free if it's your first one. And I'll see you there.
Carrots.
Huh?
Behind you.
Oh, right. Excuse me.
Oh, a real howler in July, yes? Wherever could it be coming from?
The North Mountain.
North Mountain.
Now, try to guess what a real howler means. A type of winter clothing, a loud, strong storm, a big snowman. A howl usually refers to the sound that wolves and dogs make. A howler is a big storm with strong winds that make a howling sound like this. Pay attention to the pronunciation of the word mountain. Let's listen to this again.
The North Mountain.
There is a stop T sound in the middle of the word mountain. A stop T happens when you stop the airflow in your mouth instead of fully releasing the T sound. It sounds like a quick pause when you close your vocal cords and then quickly release the air when you get to the end sound. The similar words are fountain, button, and kitten.
The North Mountain. The North Mountain.
That'll be 40.
40? No, 10.
Oh dear, that's no good. See, this is from our winter stock, where supply and demand have a big problem.
You want to talk about a supply and demand problem? I sell ice for a living.
So, Kristoff comes up to the counter with a rope and an axe, and Oki wants to charge him 40 coins, a pretty high price, just because these items are part of the winter stock. To move on, we need a little bit of context here. There's a summer blowout happening in the middle of winter. Well, technically, it's July, summertime, as Oaken briefly mentions, but Elsa's magic has turned everything into a snowstorm. That's why Anna shows up at the store dressed for summer instead of wearing warm clothes. It also explains why there aren't many winter goods in stock. The phrase in stock means that an item is available for purchase at a store. And as we can see, this shop doesn't have many winter items in stock, like boots or coats. The demand is high, but there is no supply.
See, this is from our winter stock? For the supply and demand to have a big problem?
You want to talk about a supply and demand problem? I sell ice for a living.
Demand and supply are basic economic concepts that explain how prices are formed. In winter, the demand for warm coats is high because people need them. And if there is not much available, supply is low. So Kristoff then jokes about his own supply and demand problem. See, he sells ice for a living. If you say you do something for a living, you mean it's your profession and how you earn money. So he's saying that even though it's summer, no one needs to buy ice because everything is already covered in ice.
You want to talk about a supply and demand problem?
Let's practice the connected speech with this phrase. You want to is reduced to you wanna. And the K sound from talk is linked to the next vowel, which is a schwa sound in the word about. Talk about. You want to talk about. Listen and repeat.
You want to talk about You want to talk about
Ooh, that's a rough business to be in right now. I mean, that is really... that's unfortunate.
What Anna means here is that it's a difficult job to do right now because it doesn't give him a lot of money. She then realizes that Kristoff is actually struggling and it's not funny for him. So she quickly switches to a more serious tone and says, "That's unfortunate," which means that it's an unlucky situation.
We have already recovered 2 of the 3 missing children. Were they alive? Well, that is unfortunate. But enough of that for now. I at least have some good news.
Still 40, but I will throw in a visit to Oak and Sauna. Woohoo! Hi, family!
10's all I got. Help me out.
Okay, I will get you this and no more.
So we see Oaken doesn't want to lower the price of his winter stock, which is in high demand. And yet, he tries to make the deal more appealing by offering to throw in a visit to the sauna. To throw in means to include something extra for free as a part of a deal. Say, if you buy a laptop, the seller can throw in or include a free case in your purchase.
Painting's only $20. Oh, please, homie. I'll throw in the tiny violins.
We see a family waving from behind the door, enjoying a traditional Finnish sauna, a small heated room where people sweat and relax. Saunas are a huge part of Finnish culture, with most homes in Finland having one. They've been used for centuries and typically have a wooden walls, a heater, and benches where people sit to enjoy dry heat or steam.
Hey, just tell me one thing. What was happening on the North Mountain? Did it seem magical?
Yes. Now back up while I deal with this crook here.
What did you call me?
Hey, okay, ow!
No, Sven, I didn't get your carrots. But I did find us a place to sleep. And it's free. It's just you. What do you want?
I want you to take me up the North Mountain.
I don't take people places.
Let me rephrase that. Take me up the North Mountain. Please. Look, I know how to stop this winter.
We leave at dawn. And you forgot the carrots for Sven.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't... We leave now. Right now.
By the way, if you're new here, please subscribe to this channel and hit the bell down below because every week we create lessons just like this one to help you understand your favorite movies and TV series without getting lost, without missing the jokes, and without subtitles. Kristoff is frustrated because Oaken's prices are too high for him. So he decides to deal with him telling Anna to back up. That is to take a step back. To deal with the situation means to manage or handle it in some way. Now, obviously, Kristoff didn't choose the best approach here by calling Oaken a crook. But what does this word mean?
Yes. Now back up while I deal with this crook here.
Before we look at the meaning of it, let's practice the connected speech we hear in this phrase. This is how native speakers link, cut, and move words together when they speak.
Yes. Now back up while I deal with this crook here.
The k sound from back is linked to the next vowel, pick up. The L sound from the word while is linked to I and deal, so all three words are pronounced together. While I deal. And TH sound from with is moved into this, with this crook. Listen again and repeat.
Now back up while I deal with this crook here. Back up while I deal with this crook here.
So Kristoff calls Oaken a crook, meaning a dishonest person, implying that Oaken is overcharging him unfairly. But Oaken is stronger than he expected, and he quickly shuts Kristoff down by kicking him out of the store.
What do you want?
I want you to take me up the North Mountain.
I don't take people places.
Let me rephrase that. Take me up the North Mountain, please.
We now see Kristoff and Sven resting in the barn, surrounded by piles of hay. Just then, Anna walks in with a determined look. She needs to get to the North Mountain. At first, she simply asks Kristoff to take her there, but then she rephrases, says again, her request to make it sound more like a command. After all, she's a princess. Even though Anna is shy and unsure of herself, she still feels like she should be able to tell people what to do. But her kind nature doesn't let her be too bossy, so she quickly softens her words by adding please. And let's hear what other arguments she brings to persuade Kristoff.
Look, I know how to stop this winter.
We leave at dawn. And you forgot the carrots for Sven.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't. We leave now. Right now.
So, with a sigh of disbelief, Kristoff reluctantly agrees and says they're leaving at dawn, meaning they'll spend the night in the barn and leave before sunrise. Dawn is the time of day when the sun first starts to rise, but before it's fully up. And again, to sound even more resolute, that is, more determined and confident, Anna clears her throat and firmly declares that they're leaving now. Now, let's test your comprehension by watching the whole scene final time, without subtitles, and I will ask you a few quiz questions. Let's do this.
Wandering Oaken's trading post. Ooh, and sauna.
Big summer blowout. Half-off swimming suits, clogs, and a sun balm of my own invention. Yeah?
Choose the word with the meaning to walk around, to travel.
You and this fellow. Woohoo! Big summer blowout.
Carrots.
Huh?
Behind you.
Oh, right. Excuse me.
Oh, a real howler in July, yes? Wherever could it be coming from?
The North Mountain.
North Mountain.
That'll be 40.
40? No, 10.
Oh dear, that's no good. See, this is from our winter stock, where supply and demand have a big problem.
You want to talk about a supply and demand problem? I sell ice for a living.
Ooh, that's a rough business to be in right now. I mean, that is really... that's unfortunate.
What does winter stock refer to in a store? A special discount offered during winter sales? A reserve of firewood for heating? Items available for sale during the winter season.
Oh, right. Excuse me.
Oh, a real howler in July, yes? Wherever could it be coming from?
The North Mountain.
North Mountain.
That'll be 40.
40? No, 10.
Oh dear, that's no good. See, this is from our winter stock, where supply and demand have a big problem.
You want to talk about a supply and demand problem? I sell ice for a living.
Ooh, that's a rough business to be in right now. I mean, that is really... that's unfortunate.
Still 40, but I will throw in a visit to Oak and Sauna. Woohoo! Hi, family!
10's all I got.
What does this sentence mean? But I will throw in a visit to Oak and Sauna. It means Kristoff will get a free visit to the sauna added to his purchase.
Help me out.
Okay, and we'll get you this and no more.
Okay, just tell me one thing. What was happening on the North Mountain? Did it seem magical?
Yes. Now back up while I deal with this crook here.
What did you call me?
Hey, okay, ow!
No, Sven, I didn't get your carrots. But I did find us a place to sleep. And it's free.
Who do we usually call a crook? Someone who is dishonest or a criminal? A traveler who explores new places? A person with a stupid smile?
Nice duet.
It's just you. What do you want?
I want you to take me up the North Mountain.
I don't take people places.
Let me rephrase that. Take me up the North Mountain. Please. Look, I know how to stop this winter.
We leave at dawn. And you forgot the carrots for Sven.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't... We leave now. Right now.
Thank you for learning with us today. If you enjoyed today's lesson, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. And if you are staying with us on YouTube, here's the next lesson you can watch.
Can I say something to you? Listen, you was really, really something back there. Incredible.
Are you talking to...
Me?
Well, yes, I was talking to you. Can I just tell you that you was really great back there, man? Those guards, they thought they was all of that. Then you showed up and bam! They was tripping over themselves like babes in the woods. See that? That really made me feel good to see that.
Oh, that's great. Really?
Man, it's good to be free.
Now, why don't you go celebrate your freedom with your own friends?